Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a good Thursday. Happy Thursday. I forgot to say happy Thursday. Always have to at the beginning. And yeah, so today we're working on another apartment in San Myshuno, of course, and we are working in 2A Jasmine Suites. This apartment is quite tiny, so I don't usually build here because I never have enough footage, but I thought we would do something a little bit smaller for today because I just like making these cute little cozy apartments, so that's what we're doing. So this apartment is for a single mother and a baby. We're doing a little baby boy for a change because usually I do a lot of pink, so I thought I'd do a bit different and do blues. So we are a single mother with a little baby boy, or infant boy shall we say. So yeah, I really love how this apartment turned out. I think that it's really pretty. I think it's really cute. There's like not lots of space, which I quite like sometimes. I think when starting off as like a young parent who's got just one child, I think it's quite nice to have a smaller space and kind of feel a bit more realistic, I suppose. So that's what we're doing today. So now we're just going to move on to the kitchen dining area. We don't have a lounge, which is kind of a bit odd, but I did really want to have like a big open kitchen space, so I kind of felt like maybe they could just like hang out in this space and it wasn't necessarily a lounge, but it would have been nicer to be able to have a lounge as well. But it's fine. It's a first apartment. She's just starting off her life. She's getting her stuff together, doesn't have to be perfect yet, but I do really like how it turned out. I did decide to add one of my like island areas that has a sofa in it, or behind it. I was trying to make it fit, but it was a really long sofa, so it did look a bit odd, so I had to change it around a little bit to make it work, but we got there in the end. I really like how it turned out. As you guys know, I love using this sofa. This is from Parenthood, and I just think it's really nice. I don't know why I keep using it. I think it just reminds me of like when I was younger and used to watch other people make Sims content, so now that I do it myself, it's like a novelty that I get to use it, so that's what we're doing. As you can see, I did have a bit of trouble trying to get the counters to kind of line up a bit, but it worked out okay in the end. I did end up putting the sofa behind it instead of like within the counters because it just looked a bit strange. It was a bit too big to fit the space, so it was fine. We got there in the end, but it did take a bit of fiddling around to make it work as I wanted it to. But yeah, so I did go ahead and include a table, which I think is from Dream Home Decorator, but I could be wrong. I did change the chairs around a little bit because the colour scheme just wasn't really working for me. I didn't really know what I wanted. I did want it to be blue and it just didn't work, so I think I did use Dream Home Decorator chairs as well, but they always look really lovely, so definitely recommend that pack. I think it's one of my like go-to build-in packs that I use. I don't necessarily enjoy the gameplay all that much. I thought I would, obviously, because it's like an interior design career, but I don't particularly love it. I don't dislike it, but I don't know. I'd buy it more for the build items rather than the gameplay, if that makes sense. So yeah, so now we're just adjusting the kitchen. I did realise it was slightly off centre because I wanted to make sure the sink was opposite to the oven, so I did have to scoot everything over after I just finished making everything straight, but then I had to move it over again, but it was fine. We got there in the end. Just took a bit of time, and yeah, so now we're just adding in my boxes that I always have to include with all of my like kiddie clutter. I think that it's really nice to have this space. It's kind of like an IKEA cupboard. It's very realistic in my opinion. I think that it's quite cute to have this area that they've kind of got like a lot of clutter, but it doesn't make the room look messy. It's kind of like organised chaos, as I always say, which is always good. So we've got organised chaos in the corner. We've got some craft stuff that I add to the table in a moment because I kind of felt like maybe the mum was like trying to do some simple craft stuff with the little one. Perhaps she's got siblings that come over as well. I don't know. That was kind of the vibe. A very kid-friendly apartment. I kind of felt like she possibly had just moved in here, so I did leave some design stuff on the top, like colour swatches, and there's blues and browns on there, which kind of matched the theme of the room. So I really like how it turned out. But yeah, so we're just adding in some clutter, and then that's kind of it for the kitchen. I really love the use of these blue counters. I don't usually use colours necessarily. I always kind of go with like beige, or obviously that's still a colour, but you know what I mean, not like a standout colour. I usually use shades of things, so like blacks, whites, browns, you know, kind of that sort of neutral theme. But I did like that I used a bit of blue today. It was quite nice to have a bit of colour involved as well. So now we're just moving on to the baby's room. Now I really love this room. I did film it in 2 sections. There will be like a transition in the middle. I did go onto the gallery and find some gallery artwork of cars because I kind of felt like it fit this room. And the artwork is by Sensational 2, as in TOO. She's brilliant. But yeah, they, she, he, whoever, they're brilliant. And I always use the artwork because it's not custom content and it's, you know, anyone can use it. I don't think you had to use any packs for that particular one either, so that's always good. I do not understand how people make gallery art. I have no idea. Some of them make sense, obviously, when you can like paint by reference. But other than that, no idea. But I think they're brilliant. I think they're really cool, and it just made this room kind of feel a bit more realistic because it was something that kind of looked a bit like custom content that wasn't custom content. I hope you know what I mean. But yeah, so I did end up adding in some cute little lights in here and a bookshelf thing. I really love including that. I think it kind of like makes the room feel like a kid's room. I did add these little baskets as well, and I minimised one to make it like, you know, more realistic. They kind of give me IKEA vibes, both of the baskets and these like box cupboards. I don't know why, well, the boxes do anyway. I've got one in my room that's white and I just really like it. It kind of just is like the perfect display cabinet, you know. I've got all my Sims packs in it and it's just, it makes me happy, so I usually include them because it kind of fills the room in my opinion. But yeah, as you can see, these things on the wall, I do end up changing it, the frame to a blue frame because the black didn't really fit in this room. It kind of felt a bit like harsh for the space. So yeah, there wasn't much else to add. I did add a couple of teddies to make it feel a bit more cozy, which I really liked. And yeah, that's all really. But I do really like the shelf above the changing table. I think that it's really adorable, and the fact that they've got little moons and stars on the nappies I've never noticed before. So I thought that was really adorable. But anyway, so now we're moving on to the bathroom. I did trial these counters from Home Chef Hustle, but it wasn't really working, so I ended up using the same countertops as the kitchen, and I think it turned out really nicely. As always, I included lots of clutter, lots of blue stuff. I did I add a plant? Oh, I was going to add a plant and I was like, oh, I can actually include some baby clutter in here, can't I? So that's what we did. I don't ever include baby clutter in the bathroom, but I thought maybe, you know, she had some extra supplies in there in case he had accidents or something, you know. So that was sort of the vibe that I was going for. A lot of stuff, organised chaos yet again. I kind of feel like in smaller spaces it is a lot of organised chaos in my builds. Like, it looks neat and tidy, but it's also a lot of stuff, you know, so that's my favourite word to use to describe it. And then we moved on to the mum's bedroom. Now, I really like this room. It did take me quite a while to do this room. By quite a while, I mean like, I don't know, 5 minutes, which is quite a long time for me to do a parent's room. I kind of speed through them a bit too fast, so I did spend a little bit more time than usual trying to make it look a bit more inviting and a bit more cozy and just more lived in, I suppose. So we do end up including a set of drawers, a wardrobe, a mirror and a dressing table, which was a lot of stuff to fit in one space, but I think it looked nice in the end. I really like how the blue matched in with the wall colour off the wardrobe. I think that it's just a really nice blend of colours, and these plant combinations I thought was really gorgeous. And I did add some little like trinkets as well, which is kind of cute, so I really like this room. But anyway, I am going to end the voiceover by here for today, guys. I'll probably be live in a bit, but I don't know yet, we shall see. But it'll be over on Twitch, but I'll link it on my community tab on YouTube if you guys would like to come and join me for my Let's Play. But yeah, so I hope you all have the most wonderful day. I hope you're having a good Thursday. I hope you're having a good week so far. I'm looking forward to the weekend. And also, guys, I reached 500,000 views today. Side note before I go, so thank you so much for all of that. I couldn't do any of this without all of you guys and your support, so I really appreciate all of you. And yeah, so my heart is just very full with love today, and I just appreciate you all so very much. So yes, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you guys next time. Have the best day. Bye, guys.